Oh, hello. Are we live? I think we are. Cool. I've got two thingies. Let's see. Is this one working? It says no data. I can go select stream. Maybe it's this other one. Oh, maybe not. Why do I have four? Hello. Right. I don't know what's happened. For some reason on my select the stream thing, I have four. I did have some issues creating this stream. It doesn't want to let me put a thumbnail on, even though it's done that every other time. Not too short. But basically, just running back the same team as last time. If you've seen the last one and were appalled by the absolute massive lag on it, I do apologise. Hopefully, this time the lag should be a bit better. I also don't know why it wasn't connected to the internet there. I definitely told it to earlier, but that is fine. But anyway, yeah, nothing special to report on. Been interesting. I'm so ready for my weekend. I am a tired man. So we're just going to crack on, get some Pokemon going. Hopefully make up for the fact that I didn't quite get, as much time as I hoped for yesterday. If you are interested in a rental, here you go. I haven't put it in the description. Because I kind of just didn't go to the screen while I was writing it. Otherwise I would have. But it's on the last video anyway, if you need to check it there too. So, yeah, I'd say without further ado, let's jump to it, but we've got to sit here and wait to get into a ranked match first. So, look, yesterday didn't go too bad to say I had no internet. And to say I don't think I played this team particularly well. I don't think I played awfully or anything, but I think I can do better. And I'm hoping to show that off, because Miraidon was a beast yesterday. This guy took so many KOs. It was pretty mad. And I'm like, we always just rate Miraidon being a KO machine. What he does. Cool, so I've got to deal with Kyogre Rain, which means Wide Guard becomes very helpful. I could try and match Tailwind at first, but if it's Choice Scarf, then I'm just going to get Water Spouted. So why do that? I can play a slow game. I might just want to bring Miraidon anyway. They could outpace me with Tailwind and go for something like Zacian, which case Fake Out could be nice, but then I have to deal with all the Kyogre shenanigans. It could be nice regardless, Body Press will be neutral. I could get a big hit and I can kind of Terror Pattern Shot out. I think this makes sense. We'll bring Miraidon in the back because it's a good switch into a lot of these guys. Annihilate is terrifying. Kind of hard for me to deal with. I don't really have good damage into it other than like Whimsicott. I don't think playing Tailwind Wars is my way to do this. I could probably try and sweep in the back maybe. My Ogerpon does okay damage, but you'd really like thingy, so I think we bring Chienpao in the back. Miraidon's my pivot guy, unfortunately. And we kind of just use the fact that I can wide guard my way through shutting down a Kyogre pretty easy like. And then Instant's just a good matchup into Zacian, so between these two I should be able to shut down whatever restricted's in my face, and I'm not too scared of anything else. Yeah, Annihilate's manageable. Not the best guy to see. He gets Defiant boosted, and I end up in a really bad spot. Forgot this guy had Defiant. Okay. We can make it work. How does one make it work? A very good question. That guy's going to be +2 in a moment. Not +2, +1. Isn't the end of the world, but it's not great either. So potentially I can't do any damage to it here. Kind of just have to live with not hitting it for anything particularly notable. I could just try and swap, but then I potentially get Drain Punch, and then that kind of gets quite messy really quick. So we do a Heavy Slam. We don't want to pattern shot into it, and I don't particularly want to hit it with anything, so we'll just U-turn for the time being, because I'm scared that thing might try and set up. Final Gambit is honestly probably the better option out of this. They got Defiant boosted. They are going to take me out, take out my Wide Guarder, which is really bad. That is really bad, and there's kind of no two ways about that one, because they'll probably click Tailwind, bring in Kyogre. We end up in a bad spot. I can bring Incin back. It can either Intim Zacian or fake out Kyogre, and then that actually gives me some decent counterplay. Or I can bring Chienpao. If they're bringing Kyogre, then I get to Sucker Punch it. So I think we get a bit of a mixed bag here. If it's Choice Locked Kyogre, then I basically just get a free KO. If it's not Choice Locked Kyogre, then I still have counterplay in a way, because it probably won't be able to do too much damage to Miraidon. That could probably live an Ice Beam, so I think this makes sense. They have their own Chienpao, meaning there is only one restricted, and why would you bring Eva into this matchup as just a solo guy? That's kind of the question. But cool. Chienpao being intimed is beautiful. It could potentially be a pressure option if they're going to do that and they're going to try and take out Thingy. There could be a weird covert cloak Thingy Chienpao. If they are, fair plays to him. I don't really have much more to say to it than that. Might want to just get a quick little Volt Switch on the guy. We'll kind of see. He might protect, and if he does, then we'll live with a Bleak Wind kind of thing. He does. That's fine. Because if I'd done that, I'd have got the KO, and it's not like I'm particularly fussed. Probably would have been nice to hit on and just get it out of here, but it's probably the Tailwind either way. Yeah. So far from the end of the world here. I can send in my own Chienpao. If it gets hit by an Ice move plus Bleak Wind, it probably still lives. And then it's probably not the perfect situation for me. But if it goes there, and then I can get my terrain back, because it probably wants to Ice Spinner it out. You feel like that probably make quite a bit of sense, so I'll probably go Flare Blitz. Switch in my own Chienpao. We're probably alright on this one. Miraidon come back, yep. Not the perfect spot. Kind of forgot about everything Annihilate does, and that's put me in a predicament and a half. Would have been much better to just sack Chienpao's health, but cool. I got the Ice Spinner, and we should pretty easily soak a Bleak Wind to go with this. And as long as I don't get absolutely annihilated, then I'll put myself in a spot of we're playing Sucker Punch Speed Ties. I don't remember if I'm adamant or not. But yeah. Now this Chienpao's in a spot, okay. Can force it to Sucker Punch. You know, how much damage is it going to do? Sucker Punching anything? Exactly. If it switches, I can probably get a sneaky little U-turn off with an Ice Spinner into this slot, I think. If it comes out, then I get my Miraidon. If they leave that guy in, then he just gets obliterated. Sucker Punch. Yep, that would scare of my Sucker Punch. Exactly what I hoped for. Bleak Wind's not going to do notable enough damage, and someone got a dodge. Beautiful. Instant having as much health as possible is really nice here. And we can hopefully just kind of assimilate Kyogre. We'll get the U-turn out. Get Miraidon in. We've still got Terra to play with. They don't have any threats. We can Sucker Punch it for extra chip on a Water Spout. If it goes for Ice Beam, then it gets faked out. Gets Sucker Punched at least 2 more times, I think. So I can kind of see a way out of this. So I think we have a way around this. Have they used their Terra? They have not. So if they go like Terra Ground thingy, then this is when that gets really, really annoying. Do I have a particular... I have the ability to... Oh, it's Zacian. That's better. Is Terra Ground Zacian a thing? If it is, then... yeah. Kind of the answer. I can live a play rough. Yeah, so I think it becomes... This makes sense. And then anything else is just kind of calling it thingy, so... That's fine. We can Ruination just to get him down to half, and that should hopefully seal this up. We do just have to live with getting hit once. So that's why we Terra, and hopefully we can live at least one play rough. And we're alright. Potentially would have been worth getting an Intim off and just hard swapping Intim in, but that's fine. I think we should be okay here. Miraidon's a beast anyway. It's what he lives for, these kind of moments. Just to show he's absolutely min-max sell and back. I mean, hey, if you want to miss, If you want to miss, man, like, go for it, you know? Cool, yeah, so getting Ruinationed into Electro Drift is kind of a death sentence for any Pokemon, so I think we're alright here. Poor little Zacian has bit the dust. Look, he's a good doggo, but, like, Zacian ain't the same in this generation. I remember Gen 8 Zacian being the guy I started with and having, like, an absolutely ridiculous win rate with the guy, even though I was not any good at Pokemon at the time. I still wouldn't say I particularly am. But the win rate I had in Gen 8 VGC was a bit mental, because it was just Zacian and Incin, like, hard carrying, and I had Kyogre. And you know how good Kyogre does when you get to just click Water Spout into things because they're too scared to deal with it. Absolutely goated. But cool, I just need to actually remember what Pokemon do, because oh my god, I need to stop, like, triggering Defiance and, like, walking into, like, obvious gimmicks that, you know, you should know about that. Well, no, sorry, that I should know about by this point. It's not good. But cool. We've got the restricted mirror match, which is irritating. I can heavy slam and body press and deal good damage, so it's kind of worth bringing Zam to deal with pretty much everything on this team other than Volk. How do I deal with a Volcarona? That's a really awkward one because the typing's not exactly. I've not got, like, water coverage or rock. I've got rock. My rock coverage ain't half bad into this game, but it ain't half great either, saying as though I'm weak to, like, half of it. With, like, an Electro Drift resist, and that's about it. I can use Whimsicott to go first. And when I can go first, I can Volt Switch. I potentially just want to bring in Simper Pivot in. I just like... It'd be really cool to have one of the damage for the other two, but I think I just need Instant Pivot in. I think I just need the ability to pivot, especially with Grimmsnarl kicking about. I'm really hoping it's not fake out Grimmsnarl, because I don't have a really easy game plan into that. Yeah, I'm not too scared of Volk on lead, which is good. So, if it is fake out, then it's fake out kind of thing. It's not end of the world. I'm not too scared of Wims going... No, I kind of am scared of Wims going down because of Volk. So I'll probably just want to click Tailwind first thing first. I either want to click Tailwind or I want to click the light screen. If I click the light screen, I could double up Grim thingy, but then I probably get a good enough hit if you're going to do that. So, like, why would you? They can't get Prankster on card because they're Dark typing. I kind of want to go into light screen territory because I can potentially win out on speed ties anyway. Is there a particular guy I want in the back? Or do I just want to Electro Drift? I can just want to Electro Drift and I can hard swap Instant if needed. It's not end of the world. Pivot in really nice, but as long as they're not Terra Ground, I'm not too fussed. Terra Grass is Terra Grass, isn't it? It's fine at the end of the day. I'll just hard pivot Instant. They'll do a good chunk and I probably shouldn't take too much back, especially with light screen up. Could be Quiver Dance, that could get annoying, but again, I can kind of work my way around it. Yeah, so we've gone light screen for light screen. I'm faster, so I don't have to worry about getting on card into something absolutely awful. That's fine. Yeah, that still did half at the end of the day. Flame Body. Ooh, that's weird. I kind of forgot that was contact. Okay. It is Quiver Dance. Okay. Yeah, again, end of the day, it can't really do much damage-wise. Do anything particularly impressive? I can Tailwind and just make sure I can still go first. You'd really, really love to be able to use Summon Health. Yeah, we'll just send out Instant. I can fake out. I can throw in Flare Blitz kind of thing. Yeah, and I've got that type for any weird shenanigans with Grimmsnarl. I don't know if Grim is an Encorer. I really hope he doesn't have Encore in the moveset. It's kind of already stupid enough in it. Yeah, this probably protects me from a Spirit Break, but they're switched anyway. I'm overthinking things, you know. But cool, that's alright. So, free Moonblast, effectively. That's what I see. Cool, so I don't know if Instin's going before these guys, even with a Tailwind up, but you probably take even with screens. Yeah, of course you do. Cool, that's fine. End of the day, it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I can potentially lock into Fiery Dance, but there's not exactly anything too big on the defensive end it can do, and I think I've just got kind of I've got 2 super effective attacks pointing at him kind of sitch. So we kind of just fire the Moon Blast and Flare Blitz, and if Grim wants to switch in and take a Flare Blitz, he can. If Zam wants to switch in and take a Flare Blitz, it can. I didn't think about these kind of switch-ins as possibilities, but yeah, it's not exactly like I'm too paranoid. Yeah, that's fine. You can have Whimsicott, because if I take your Volk in exchange, then I'm pretty much up with Tailwind and Terror, and without you having your setup guy. That's fine. Incin soaks because he's got that AV Incineroar. Yeah, Incineroar's just goated, isn't he? It's what Incin does, man. But yeah, they're playing Miraidon properly. They're pivoting. They're not just like gonna let me eat him. Look, oh. I've got my Zam, so I can deal damage if need be. I've got no Terror, which is nice. I don't have to worry about any of that shenanigans, you know. Incin's 8 a bit, which is not the greatest. I could bring in Miraidon if they bring in their own. Sweet. I can Terra Fairy, start de-gleaming things down. They bring in Zam, then it gets a bit annoying. I don't really have a particularly good way, but with Thingy I could probably outspeed it. Yeah. So this is the thing, I have pivoting options too, so it just kind of makes more sense to bring in this guy. Yeah. Cool. Am I paranoid about Fake Out? I have seen screens. I have seen nothing other than screens. They probably want to click body press anyway, wouldn't you? Well, and that's where the reads kind of come in. If they just go for body press anyway, then I can just give them a free hit. If they go for heavy slam and they can get the read. No, it's not the end of the world. And I get good chip on both of them. Or I can just Volt switch into it, kind of get chip. Don't really matter if Grim Spirit breaks me because it's Grim. Yeah, potentially just lining myself up to get hit again, but we'll go for the Volt switch. Yeah, that's fine. If they go for it, they go for it. I'm not too paranoid on maintaining all of Zam's health. Miraidon's way more important to winning this matchup, especially with Tailwind up. The issue is the long-term play once I don't have Tailwind. I don't know what I'm doing there. But no, to be fair, with a +1, I'm sure I'll take. Plus, that kind of looks like D-Gleam range to me, man. I don't know about you, but I think that is. Yeah, he soaks. Easy soak, cool. So I should have at least one more turn of Tailwind. I've got one more turn of Screens, so that'll have Light Clay, so I'll have way more. No, I did not want that. I wanted to go up one. I could Heavy Slam, it's quite nice. Chip into Grimmsnarl. Is there anything else? I would be able to put Flare Blitz. I could switch, I could Body Press Flare Blitz. Potentially catch a Miraidon. There's nothing else major that Grimmsnarl can do, so it could potentially switch. So again, Body Press and Knack. Neutral damage. Off a big stat, so it could be pretty solid too. So I think with Body Press and with Flare Blitz, we kind of just cover. Yeah, Zam protected. And then Grims didn't switch, but it's not going to do too much. It's T-Wave, okay. Yeah, end of the day, it's not the end of the world, that one. Means it will go first. And the next turn, which is annoying, but depending on what their Miraidon speed tiers are, that also doesn't help. Oh, that really doesn't help. Okay, okay. So I don't have my light screens, I don't have my Tailwind, and I'm in a bad spot. With a really important question being, what can I actually do? So they probably want to T-Wave my Incineroar. And then from here, I'm probably in a spot where I actually just want to get... Yeah, that's fine. If I can get rid of their Grims now, we end up in the weird mirror match state. 2 select thingy would be really nice. I don't have Terror, but they have Wide Guard. Meaning it would have probably been quite nice to actually body press their thing. Which is cool, because we're in a good spot to Terra Fairy and start clicking D-Gleam. End of the day, if they Wide Guard... Not you, so essentially I want pressure on Wide Guard. If we get rid of Zam, then cool, because they can't really do much to stop me, but they can set screens back up. If they go for Grim, then it kind of gets annoying. And if they don't, yeah. So I think this makes sense. If I can pressure Zam into clicking that again, and then just take out Grim, then I end up in a bad spot. Well, why did I do that? I don't know. But that's fine. It would have made way more sense to target Zam, I think, and then actually get rid of that Wide Guarder off the board. I've not seen anything to inherently suggest it's guaranteed a Wide Guard, but I've not seen anything to say, why would this set be Wide Guard? It's kind of just standard Zam, isn't it? So, we'll see. Maybe they're Iron Defense, maybe I got lucky, and it'll actually work out quite nicely for me, but I'm not confident. Protect is even better though. Because my guy, you ain't getting past this one. Cool, so I am locked into D-Gleam. They probably have Wide Guard. I've got rid of Grim. If they click Wide Guard, and I can live at least 1 hit, which I should be able to, because I'm a Miraidon. I can probably body press. I don't know how much damage I've done. And with Burn Chip, that doesn't help. I don't know, because Electro Drift is a big hitting move. But if it's no Wide Guard and I win the speed tie, then I just win. They shouldn't have anything I particularly need to Wide Guard, would there? If they start clicking D-Gleams, like what do they gain out of D-Gleaming me? If they go Wide Guard, I can potentially body press Miraidon from that range and just get rid of it. But it's depending on the roll, whereas I'd just lose to Miraidon in an endgame. If it KOs mine, I KO their Zam. But I kind of lose an endgame either way, so it kind of doesn't really matter, I don't think. Wide Guard, yeah, we just gotta see. Because I'm hoping this pressure, forcing them for Wide Guard. There, they went for the right one, yeah. Didn't even think about that as a target, and beautiful play. Didn't even think about that one. I'm stupid. Yeah, fair plays to him. Definitely shouldn't have locked into that then. I never even thought about them just targeting the guy that can KO Miraidon. What an idiot I am, like. Didn't even come to me. Didn't click in my brain, like, yeah, they can just target Zam. So that would have been good to think about. Cool. Yeah, definitely ain't got no hope of winning this now. Oh, that's really annoying, because I could have definitely had him. But yeah, that T-Wave coming out really threw me off too. So, unfortunate, but hey, is what it is. And we'll live anyway, we're fine. Gonna need to do another one, aren't I? I can't leave it there. Still, no, I'm just like in reflection mood. Now it's just like, yeah, trying to figure out what's going on, and I'm just like, I am tired though. I'm on decent time. It's not even 8 o'clock yet, so it's not too bad. Sparky VGC. Miraidon Lunala. I don't know how well Lunadon is it. I guess you can still call it Lunadon. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how strong of a comp them two I have to give it, to be fair. I imagine it's a similar concept to with Kali, where it's just like one's Trick Room, one's fast. Beat me. They're both quite strong single targets too, which makes my wide guard much less valuable. It could be nice into Chi Yu, but I don't even know if I really want it, because I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of weak to everything with Zam, and I don't know what it really does here, so I might not even bring it, to be fair. I go Tailwind, and I can have Encore on my lead. That'd be quite nice. I feel like I want Miraidon, because at the very minimum, I can hard pivot out. I feel like I probably want these four. I don't know what screams to me. It's the thing, because I don't have a grass move on Ogapon. It's kind of like, oh, if that's a water rush, it doesn't provide as much value. With two fighting types, it's kind of like, oh, well, I can chunk four of the guys for good damage with an Ivy Cudgel, but I'm just like, I'd rather just have Chiempao for damage, to be fair. So I think we'll just go with this. I'm probably losing value by not utilizing Ogapons. Follow me at some points in this, because I've had like I think this is the 5th game with this team, and I don't think I've actually brought Ogapon to anything. But yeah, they kind of did what they should. They're going into the Tailwind, the Trick Room mode, sorry. So if they fake out my Mr. Miraidon, I can probably just hard pivot Incin in. They could cover that with Meteor Beam. Both my guys are weak to that, so that'd be quite annoying. So I probably don't want to just hard pivot. They don't have Meteor Beam. Okay, good to know. Cool, so hard pivot Incin kind of just feels automatic. We're just going to set up a light screen. Nothing special. Fake out, Trick Room, probably guaranteed on their end. Let's get an Intim on that. Iron Fist. Let's get ready to start encoring these guys. Let's just wreck them. The question is, do I fake out? Do I encore fake out, or do I encore Trick Room? It's kind of like your choice, isn't it? But I'd rather get rid of that speed control, to be fair. So I'm just gonna. I know there's definitely no guard on that thing. It could Terror, so it's more likely to stay in here. I potentially just want to fake out their Iron Hands. Let's just encore room into a Trick Room. Nice and simple maneuver. Nothing too fancy. We'll get them to undo their Trick Room. They do have Shadow Shield, so I need to break that with Moonblast. Fire a good knockoff into him, and hopefully it won't have enough damage because they don't have an item. So that's actually a really good cover from them. I'll give them their credit. They'll probably Terra anyway, just for the safety of it, yeah. Cool, Terra Water. That's fine, we can start chunking them anyway. They shouldn't have any real DPS option to get rid of Incin, so should be alright here. Oh, cool. Incin is just goated, so you kind of just bring him out and he just kind of does things, you know. That guy flinched, this guy's going to click Trick Room. End of the day, I've kind of just got control of the board state, so we're in quite a nice little spot. They're going to get Trick Room off again. I don't have enough damage to really do anything particularly notable. Would probably just be nice to break Shadow Shield. Do I want a hard pivot here? Because I can bring in Mr. Chiempao, and no, to be fair, I want Mr. Miraidon in. Would like to get Mr. Miraidon in on some nice damage, you know. So we'll just hit the Moonblast there. If they're clicking a particularly bad move on Iron Hands, then we can kind of capitalize on it. Cool. So my Incin is faster than their Iron Hands naturally, which is quite interesting to know. Cool, so I'll probably end up back under Trick Room this turn then, because of the Encore, but at least it kind of just stalls out a bit of pivot in time. The Drain Punch from Mr. Miraidon, that's kind of annoying, but it's not the end of the world at the same time. There's one of them, they go back into this. I could, I don't know quite how long. Does it tell you how long someone's encored for? So they'd have to use it again this turn, so therefore they probably pivot. They do have a very good Electro Drift switch in because of that Mr. Miraidon they have looking back there, but everything else is not too particularly, well, but pretty much everything on this team's not particularly too fond of a Mr. Little D Gleam. So we'll do that. I just want to encore you into Draining Punch because, hey, you want to Draining Punch 2 fairy types? Go for it. kind of thing. And even if they have Trick Room up, then it doesn't particularly matter. And hey, we've just got a big old chunky D-Gleam into a Miraidon. That's all I'm going to say here. I just love Terra Fairy D-Gleam on Miraidon. It is just stupid. It's not even a spread attack this thing should be remotely half good with. But because of Terra, it's just like, yeah, get on card, get hit with 2 D-Gleams, like, go on then. It's like a challenge if anything. Like, cool. So, to be fair, they might have actually just clicked D-Gleam there anyway, so it probably might made like no difference to them. But cool, this will probably do some pretty good chunkage. Oh cool, that's got rid of Miraidon. Oh my god. That was stupid. How did that get rid of their Miraidon like that? That was brutal. Are we under Trick Room or not? Because we must be. I feel like we definitely are, yeah. We've got 3 turns of Trick Room left. They have the ability to wide guard against there. That's where we just bring in Mr. Pivot. Anything else would... if they've got like Urshifu, it won't particularly enjoy getting Moon Blasted. It should polish off. Do I need to worry about getting my light screen back? That's next turn. Cool. So we're probably quite happy to just click Moon Blast into that slot. If something else comes out type thing. I don't really want to get caught on a wide guard, so we'll just play it safe. An extra into on Iron Hands means it definitely ain't staying on the field. Drain Punch. It got a lot of health back off that. Valid then. Fair. Good read, I'll give them their credit. Cool, if they Moongeist into this, then that's okay, because he probably still soaks. He soaks so easy. That's fine. So this is where knowing that their Iron Hands is slow as hell comes in helpful. It's because my Instant is fast as hell, which is also helpful to know. So cool, they're going to Drain Punch and do their thingy again. Hello! So they're going to Drain Punch, do thingy again. I can just light screen. Just light screen. We've got plenty of these guys to go around. I did tell you I was going to earlier. I was kind of surprised you didn't join. But anyway, yeah. Cool. So another light screen, so we're alright here. Cool, so just kind of seeing what they hit me with. At the end of the day, it's not like they're exactly going to do 1,000,000 damage with Moongeist through light screen. And it's not like this seems like the most offensive thing in the world. Cool, it's once Moongeist my Whimsicott. No, I didn't. I did check my phone before to see if you'd messaged me back and you hadn't, so I just kind of kept there. Just was like, yeah, I'll stream and I'm sure she'll join. Anyway, I can Electro Drift. Let's have a look at what's happening with speed. Let's see what's happening with his speed tiers. One more turn of Trick Room. So GU gets kind of scary next turn. So it could be worth... it's still slower though. It's still going to be faster than Miraidon unless it's Choice Scarf. Yeah, that's the annoying bit. Kind of like what move do I click? If I click Electric, I don't need to click... Yeah, I can click Volt Switch into that guy. We just want to do a quick little Moon Blast. Cool, so this might actually just polish off Iron Hands then. I mean, it's a weird switch, I'll say that much. Fair enough. Cool. Right, so Miraidon soaks. Iron Hands is down. That Lunala's definitely going to be gone in a second. Lunala's gone, so it's just a GU. Their Trick Room's going to run out, so I'll just click Tailwind and then I'm back to winning. I know. To be fair, yeah, you've ended up joining this stream at really late because it's like I am just going to be done in the next one. This is definitely the last battle of the day. I'm not planning on doing a long stream either. But no. Anyway, so Freak Out, Moon Blast, Tailwind. I've kind of got a lot that should stop this GU, so if they don't forfeit, that's really annoying. I'm going to fade this guy out and get Tailwind, go in. Maybe it's suboptimal. Cold, yeah. Yeah, no, it's unfortunate timing. I know, but at least I have streamed twice, you know, this week. Plus, I'll sit with Psyduck for a bit. We'll get a bit of time with him in, you know. We have to at the end of every stream. Also, I just want to quick check this, see if there's any Wotian raids. I don't know why I said it like that. There is. We're doing a Wotian raid now. This might take a while, but this is fine. I went 1-1 in those 2 other matches before, so overall positive for the day, you know. 2-1, we take that. I think I'm now at like 11-1 on the season. So that's fine. But we're doing this raid. There's the whole thing of it, basically. You get a shiny legendary once, like, the community as a collective do 1 million of these, so gotta get some grinding in and do my part, you know. Because I'm a committed nerd and all that. Change my Pokemon. Unfortunately, Psyduck, or Paul as he's called, will not be joining us in this raid. Also, anyone that's here for VGC at this point is just gonna be like, what the hell am I watching? But that's fine. This is just for us to sit and whinge, I guess. I don't know. But this is fine anyway. I do need to work on my raid Pokemon though. I have some comp mons, but I do not have raid mons. I can say that much with confidence. But I have Infernape. Why is Psyduck called Paul? You named him Paul. I gave you my Switch to name loads of Pokemon, and loads of them have like really weird names. You did name him Paul. And you've named him after your unicorn. Most of the Pokemon on my Switch are named because you named them. Even my Infernape is unnamed, which is kind of weird for me. But that's because if I had to name them, then I'll have about 20 different Bobbies, and I can't be... You did. I didn't name him Paul, I can say that much. I think I only caught him because I was playing and you were sat next to me. But anyway, I need to lock in for this raid where I'm going to click about 3 buttons because Infernape just does the rest for you. Yeah, you named loads of them. And whenever I get my new Pokemon game, you don't have to name loads of them ones too. I'm just reliant on you as namer. So, big time name enthusiast, you know. Cool. Actually, I know it's quite shiny. It looks way better, these Terra raids, actually, on Switch 2 than it did on the first one. It doesn't look incredible, amazing, but it looks way, way better. Because this used to look a bit like awkward. It was a bit like, what is this? Cool. Let's see. I don't know if it's worth doing another one. Yeah, this is when we just go Rage and Fury time. I'm going to put the controller down now. You are the namer. Yeah, but this is where I just put the controller down. Infernape does the rest. He's goated like that. He just kind of runs everything. The giver of identification. That you are. That you very much are. I'm terrible with names. That's why I need you to just name everything for me. And then it resolves the problem straight away, so it's fine. Cool. I do like when you just get a lobby of this and it's just everyone else has good special attackers and you're like, yep, I just do my one little buff. I do this, I'll terror when I get the chance. And then we're okay. Plus Infernape's like a really good typing to take 0 damage, so he just kind of doesn't have it. You do have a purpose. Everyone has purpose. That is kind of like how humans work. You would not be on this planet with no purpose. Even if your purpose is to do something like a real random, everyone's got a purpose. Ferocialized, Raging Fury, yes. Infernape's going to get some KOs against this one Pokemon. He's going to hit him that hard, he KOs him twice. So that's just how goated my Infernape is. Oof. You don't know about that. Everyone has purpose. This is where you're going to name someone that has it and just be like, and I'm just going to kind of be like, okay. Good Infernape with a trunk. He's goated for a reason. Make him the Sparkles. I did make him Sparkle. The Sparkles do look better on this. Like Infernape sparkling hardcore, you know. To be fair, they should make the Sparkle plushies, shouldn't they? Just with the big terror crowns on them with that big chandelier of fire. That'd be quite funny. And you'd love it. You'd have about 20 of them plushies ready in about 2 seconds. And I would not blame you at all. But I have not touched the button in ages. Wochien is down. I have done. This is my second one. I have contributed 2 to the 1 million required. For Wochien, our goat. And figures. Yeah, to be fair, they might have figures already, because it feels like more logical to have figures with them. But yeah. Could make a blind bot. Yeah, you could. Maybe that's our future business. We just make Pokemon blind boxes. Just market them on YouTube, you know, to a big audience of Pokemon fans. You never know. I'll get Paul out for you. I'll show off the Paul. He's in his natural element. He's in a lake. He can waddle too. He just gets to roam the grass. Go on, I'll let him go for a swim. He's going to get battered. Yeah, he kind of got smacked in the face. Ah, Paul, come here. We don't need Paul getting smacked in the face. Are you okay? I don't think Paul's happy with me. Ooh. Oh, look at me. That was the wrong button. He's not wanting. No, he moved. He moved. Oh. Oh. Hey. Hey, Paul. You fell asleep. You got back up when I went to take the photo. He's not waddling, he's strutting. No thought behind those eyes. I mean, there's a thought. It's probably like murderous intent, but like there's something going on there. And now he's actually, to be fair, he's not even strutting. He's like skipping. He's singing. He is skipping. I think we've given Psyduck too much power. I think he's turned sentient. I think he has turned sentient. Okay, I'm gonna shut this guy down. Okay, I didn't worry about disconnecting from the internet. But hey, no like, I'll say that much. We'll heal Paul. Paul deserves health, at the very minimum. But no, I'm gonna go off now. I could do a shower. That would probably make sense, seeing as though I still have 2 days of work ahead. So, bye.